going on, everybody? It's the Entertainist, and welcome to my first vlog. I have a 2-hour drive right now to Orlando. I'm going to go meet up with my cousin. Rain plays games, and we're going to spend some time at Universal Studios, have a good time. I haven't really done the park since I was like 9 years old when my dad used to take me and my family. So it's going to be fun doing some of the rides I haven't done in forever. And if you've never been to Universal in Orlando, I recommend to everybody if you're into roller coasters and whatnot. It's amazing. It's Six Flags on crack. And we're also going to be doing Halloween Horror Nights, which is like their Fright Fest, like Six Flags has their Halloween thing. And let me tell you guys about that. That is the most legit set up haunted houses I've ever been through. I used to work at haunted houses when I was in high school, and it's just like a local low budgeted one. My uncle ran it, and this one with these, they're obviously, since it's Universal Studios, they're all movie or TV show themed, each haunted house, and they're a movie studio, so they have the budget to make that shit as legit as they want to. And this year they're doing Stranger Things 2, Season 2, Universal Monsters, which is like, like Frankenstein and Dracula and the Wolfman and whatnot, and Jordan Peele's Us and Ghostbusters. I think it's going to be really cool this year. I went the last 2 years since I lived out here in Florida, and they impressed the hell out of me. The only one that I wasn't super huge on, or there are a couple, like I haven't hated any of them, but the ones that kind of disappointed me was last year, the Halloween 4. And you guys know me, Halloween is one of my favorite horror movies of all time. I grew up on the Michael Myers movies. He's my favorite 80s slasher. And I was just disappointed in the setup for the haunted house and how they went about it. I don't know. I felt like it could have been done a little bit better. But then they did Stranger Things Season 1 and Poltergeist, and oh my god, it is amazing. So for any of you haunted house people out there, if you really want some legit ones to go through Universal's Halloween Horror Nights. They are choreographed with the music that plays in there. It feels like you're walking through a horror movie. So yeah, that is something I am pretty excited for. And Rain Plays Games and I will be doing a non-spoiler review for the haunted houses after we go through them. Just so if anyone who's interested in going to these, we'll give you guys a good review on which ones are good to go through and which ones we weren't really huge on. Hopefully I enjoy all of them. I'm really impressed with the lineup of haunted houses this year. There are a couple skippable ones, but yeah, we'll just have to see for ourselves. But yeah, we won't spoil it. We'll let you know what happens in those haunted houses, just so we don't ruin the scares for you. So welcome to my road trip chat. It's just me talking to a camera in my car. That actually sounds pretty awkward if you think about it. But yeah, I wanted to start vlogging for a while. I just didn't know really what to do because my life's pretty normal. I just I go to work and then I hang out with my friends sometimes after work, go out a little bit. So it's an average life for a 22-year-old. So nothing too special. So I didn't really think that vlogging it would be anything that great. But just thought for a start, just a little chat on a road trip. Got a lot of big things coming up next month. My trip to Illinois. I'm going out there for about a week, and I'll be vlogging a lot of that. You'll be seeing a lot of my friends and family members in those. It's going to be a lot of good videos. It's not really going to be movie reviews. Well, I do plan on seeing Joker a second time. Sorry that you really can't see me right now. I'm not really trying to turn this light on, so I apologize by that you're just kind of just hearing my voice. Safety first. I do plan on doing a spoiler Joker talk a little bit after it comes out, probably when I'm out there, because I'm seeing it for a first time the day before I go to Illinois with a couple of my buddies, and we're going to do a non-spoiler review and post that for you guys. So we just give you our opinion overall and not give anything away. You guys know how I am with movie reviews. But later down the line, I'm going to want to talk about some of the shit that's going on in that movie. And I'm probably going to want to see that like 10,000 times while it's in theaters. This is the movie I have the highest hopes for. I honestly think this is about to be my favorite movie of all time. Like, a movie based on my favorite fictional character of all time, and they're making it this dark and serious, gritty style. Like, it's like I was placed on Earth. It was meant to be me be placed on Earth around the same time this movie was going to exist, and I'm so excited to see it. I'm seeing its very first screening. But yeah, we will be doing a spoiler review eventually. All my other videos are just going to be me with my friends. If you check out my buddy A1 DJ, he was in my last Mr. Dope video, and he was in a couple of my GTA videos. If you haven't, check out his channel. He's got some really good stuff on there, but he does vlogging, and his vlogs are very well done. He's a very funny guy, and we're going to be collabing on that. So I'll be in a couple of his, he'll be in a couple of mine. Definitely check him out when you get the chance. He's got some good stuff. I was just kind of listening to my jams, but I'm trying to save some battery for this GPS so I don't get lost. When it comes to going to places on my own, I'm one of those people where it's like I need to look where I'm going. Let's turn the music down, even though that really has nothing to do with that. And when it comes to going to new places, I feel like I will get lost very easily, and then I get frustrated. And hopefully you guys won't have to experience this in this video, but I do get a little bit of road rage, and it's not a good time, not at all. Especially in Florida. Like, I'm just gonna say it right now, Florida honestly probably has some of the worst drivers I've ever seen. It is ridiculous, some of the shit I've seen out here when it comes to drivers. And, I'm not a perfect driver, but when I do something stupid, I kind of don't feel too bad about it or put myself down too much, because I'm like, well, I've seen way worse out here. Up north in Chicago, you just have bad traffic for the most part, and then shitty weather will, add on top of that. But out here, it's really just the drivers. And I experienced that, and I knew I was in for something. Like, my first week down here, my sister and I were eating at Chick-fil-A, and we see this lady drive out of a Target. And like how, like, when you drive out of Plaza, the sidewalk kind of goes, like, inward, so, the drivers can, like, enter or exit the parking lot, you know what I mean? So there was that. And this one old lady, probably like 70-something, decides to drive onto the grass right off the sidewalk and driving onto, like, oncoming traffic. Everyone stopped for her. Like, it wasn't a super fast road, but still, I'm like, what the fuck was that? I'm like, I've never seen anything like that before in my life. It's fucking nuts out here, guys. I won't kid you. I know lately on my channel, I haven't been really talking about a lot of TV shows, which is something I really did want to do. It can really be hard focusing or trying to, like, break down every episode of a show I really like. I did it with Gotham, I know, and I was going to do it with Game of Thrones, but by the time I finished Game of Thrones, I was late on that. I watched Game of Thrones, like, while the final season was on, and I binged the hell out of it, and I was going to make a review on the final season, but it was already like 3 weeks after it came out, so I was like, yeah, there's really no point. Overall, I was disappointed in that. It wasn't the worst ending to a show I've seen, but it definitely could have been a little bit better. My favorite show of all time is Walking Dead, and that will be coming back out next month. So I will definitely be keeping up with that. I meant to keep it up with last season. I didn't. It was my first time. That was back when, like, I first started my channel and I didn't really know what to do. Now I kind of have a base for how to go about these kind of things. So I'll be keeping up with Walking Dead and do breakdown videos of each episode, kind of like how I did with Gotham. But I'm going to try to stay consistent with every episode that comes out and talk about what could happen in the next episode. That is my favorite show of all time. For those of you who watch Walking Dead, let me know in the comments, like, what you are looking forward to this season. And I'm looking forward to a lot of things. I can't wait to see Negan on their side. By the way, Negan is my favorite character of all time. Hopefully I didn't lose subscribers by saying that, because I know a lot of people still hate him, which I get. He's the bad guy, but he's fucking awesome. My buddy TJ and I are going to be watching the season premiere when I'm out in Illinois. Unconfirmed if we may or may not do a reaction video to the episode, just kind of like bits and pieces of it. If not that, I'll do a breakdown video for it, like I said. Last time I was out in Orlando was for a concert, and I saw Greta Van Fleet. For those of you who are into, which they're getting a little bit bigger now, but for those of you who are into classic rock, these guys are bringing that sound back. And, you know, a lot of people rip on them for thinking they rip off Led Zeppelin, which their music is similar. And the guy's voice sounds exactly like Robert Plant, but I don't think it's ripping them off whatsoever. I can't turn. Is road rage about to happen? It might. Cars are kind of annoying me right now. But yeah, no, I would not consider Greta Van Fleet a rip-off at all. They're just inspired by them. You know, yeah, think about it. There are a lot of original sounds out there, and you can say a lot about artists like, I never heard anything like them before. But I don't know. They're definitely not a ripoff. I'm actually glad we have a band that's trying to bring back that sound. I grew up on classic rock. It's one of my favorite genres of music. I like a lot of my favorite bands, and a lot of shit I listen to is classic rock. My favorite's Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. He's the one I grew up on the most. But yeah, Greta Van Fleet, for those of you who've never heard of them, go check them out. You will not be disappointed. The way I was described to by my friend Connor is that they're like a combination of Led Zeppelin and Rush. And boy, that was the perfect way to describe that. Perfect analogy for that. And they put on one hell of a show. Definitely go see them live, and see them live right now while they're still a little, low grade. I heard one of their songs on the radio the other day. So I'd say by next year or the year after that, they're going to be blown the fuck up and one of the biggest bands out there that everyone's listening to, or a majority. So yeah, Greta Van Fleet, definitely check them out if you haven't. If I had to recommend a song for you, a good song to start off with, Highway Tunes is the first one I listened to, and it is a great song. It's probably one of their biggest ones, one of their hits right now. And then my personal favorites are Talk on the Street and Age of Man. Two great songs. So yeah, I made a tweet the other day saying that since I'm going out to Universal and It Chapter 2 comes out tomorrow night, and Friday's its initial release date, so I won't be seeing it as soon as it comes out. Definitely right after I come back, though. I'm making a plan to go see that because I can't fucking wait for that. I love the first It. I think it's probably one of the best Stephen King adaptations because let's be real here, his movies aren't that great. A lot of people like the original Pet Sematary, and I don't understand why. It is a horrible 80s movie. And then the original It is dog shit too. It's fucking garbage. Maybe in its time it was good. And Tim Curry is a great Pennywise. And when I was a kid, it scared the shit out of me because it's about a murderous clown who kills kids. So of course that's gonna scare a child. But this new one is way, way better made and well written as opposed to the 1991. And I can't wait to see how Chapter 2 is going to unfold. I hear that it's like 3 hours long because they're touching up a lot more on the books, and there's a lot that they didn't touch up on the last It that they're going to touch up on this. They're going to be doing some flashbacks with the kids and the adults. Can't wait to see how that goes. And Bill Skarsgård as Pennywise is killing it right now, and the trailers I'm seeing for it got to a point where I had to stay away from trailers because now all I'm seeing is TV spot. I'm like, no, I don't want to see more. Like, trailers ruin shit nowadays. That's why I'm so happy with these Joker trailers. I feel like they didn't show too much, and I hate when movie trailers basically give away the whole movie. Basically, overall, my It Chapter 2 review will be a little late, but it is definitely going to be a thing. And then after that, we have Joker, which, I can't stop talking about that. You guys know how excited I am for that. And then after Joker, I'm not really sure, but this has been a great year for movies. I think last year was the year of video games, and this year is the year for movies. And speaking of video games, I am so happy to hear that Telltale Games is being revived. I don't know if you guys heard about that. If you guys are a fan of for those of you who don't know, Telltale Games are basically like like a TV show combined with a video game. You play as the main character and just go along this story and just make decisions along the way and pick out your dialogue. So if you're looking for something with a lot of gameplay, you're gonna be disappointed. That's not the point of what that's supposed to be. This is for people that like to play video games and kind of really aren't picky about what kind of video games they're playing and love to binge watch TV shows and get invested in a story. That is exactly what Telltale Games is. And last year they went out of business because they weren't doing great with their sales, and they had let go of all their employees, and someone new bought it out. Like, they're going to do a brand new staff and everything. It is a little bit of a risk, and they're going to try to learn. They said they're trying to learn from their past mistakes. And hell, this could all fail again. If it all fails again, well, that's over for good. But hey, I don't see not trying it again. Like, why not try it? The worst that could happen is that it doesn't work out. I mean, so it's not like, I don't think it's the worst business opportunity. Hell, it could be really good. And they said what their problem was, in my personal opinion, what their problem was is that they released their episodes for the games, because they divide it into episodes like once a month, and people like to wait till every episode is out to buy the game. So that's why they weren't doing great with sales. And one of the guys, like one of the newer guys who's going to be a part of this, is like, I like the idea of binge watching, meaning they could release it as a whole. And that is what I said once that shut down. I'm like, I don't know why they don't just release every single episode all together. And that way people can binge it. And that will help their sales. And it really will. So I'm glad somebody's actually being smart about that and taking that idea and that opportunity. All right, guys, I just wanted to chat for a little bit, just to let you guys know what's going on in my life, what's coming up for my channel, and just my thoughts on random shit. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.